Dr. Fauci deposed in lawsuit alleging COVID collusion with Big Tech. Fox News medical contributor Dr. Marty Makary joined Fox and Friends Weekend to discuss the lawsuit and what he believes to be Fauci's failures throughout the pandemic. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry says the public is going to be shocked when it learns how little Dr. Anthony Fauci could recall during last week's deposition about some of the most important actions and discussions when he was chief medical advisor to Presidents Trump and Biden during the COVID-19 pandemic. I think that the public is going to be shocked as to how much Dr. Fauci can't recall some of the most important actions and discussions that he had at the time, when the pandemic was on our shores, the Republican AG said in an interview with Fox News Digital. It is certainly disturbing. And calls into question, his overall mental capability to remember certain key details. Landry, Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt and their legal teams interviewed Fauci under oath on Wednesday as part of their lawsuit against the Biden administration. They have accused top-ranking government officials of working with Twitter, YouTube, and Meta, which owns Facebook, under the guise of combating misinformation in order to censor viewpoints on COVID that went against the Biden administration's position. Fauci emailed friends saying masks were ineffective, pushed for mandates anyway, Missouri AG says. Dr. Anthony Fauci was deposed last week as part of a lawsuit that says he colluded with Big Tech to censor some people's views on COVID. Dr. Anthony Fauci was deposed last week as part of a lawsuit that says he colluded with Big Tech to censor some people's views on COVID. Kingston/Bloomberg via Getty Images. The two AGs are seeking more information about the top doc's alleged role in colluding with Big Tech to control communication about COVID-19, including the theory that the virus leaked from a lab in Wuhan, China. Landry added that Fauci seemed to not have a tremendous amount of confidence in his vaccine, since he asked a court reporter in the room Wednesday to wear a mask after she sneezed. I was thinking, wow, this is a guy who just got off the podium yesterday at the White House, reminding everybody to be boosted, so that they can be vaccinated, so that they can avoid COVID, Landry said. It was remarkable to see, having the young lady sit next to him for hours, and she literally sneezed and he almost came out of his chair, Landry said. Landry couldn't speak to specific details of the hours-long deposition, as the transcript is under seal by court order, but is likely to be revealed at some point during the litigation. White House lavishes praise on Dr. Fauci for his leadership and legacy as he delivers final message. Fauci reportedly asked a court reporter to wear a mask after she sneezed during his deposition last week. Fauci reportedly asked a court reporter to wear a mask after she sneezed during his deposition last week. Getty Images. What I will tell you is that this is just part and parcel of a bigger legal strategy that we believe ultimately will lead to a successful court case, probably one of the most important First Amendment cases in modern times, Landry said. What we have in front of us is government actors then co-opting and coercing and colluding with private corporations under which Americans utilize these corporations, these platforms, as basically a virtual public square and having the government censor American speech, he said. This was something that was cautioned to us at the very beginning of the creation of this country. And it's a reason that the First Amendment was placed into the Constitution, he said. Judge rules Jen Psaki must be deposed in lawsuit over alleged collusion with Big Tech to censor speech. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry, a Republican, is suing the Biden administration for working with Big Tech to stifle opinions on COVID. Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry, a Republican, is suing the Biden administration for working with Big Tech to stifle opinions on COVID. AP photo/Evan Vucci, file. So it's one of those deals where you've just got to stay tuned, Landry added. In his last White House press conference before he is scheduled to retire after a 50-year career next month, Fauci said, "Every day for all those years I've given it all that I have, and I've never left anything on the field. I gave it all I got," Fauci added.